Hi, good evening, everyone. Warm welcome to Prime Business with me, Pius Kojobaka. So our very first story, calls have intensified for Ghana to immediately get an escrow account for the payment of matured interest following the delayed payment on interest and postponement of maturing dates secured by government with bilateral creditors for debt restructuring. According to economist Professor Lord Mensah, this will help minimize the impact of the interest payments on the economy when government begins the payments. Speaking to Joy Business, Professor Mensah maintained creating an escrow account now will be beneficial in the long run.
This is a good signal, but then what we need to appreciate is that postponement in interest does not mean that interest payment has been cancelled. And in the end, we should be ready to pay at any point in time that our debt payment is resumed. Now, if you look at, the impact and what it means to us, it tells you that, yes, indeed, the uncertainty, hanging on the economy keeps on being pushed far. But we are not certain as to when we'll resume our interest payments and therefore how it will impact, this economy. So it keeps on, delaying, the true picture of this economy as it's supposed to be. And by listening to George very well, there is an indication that escrow accounts needs to be set somewhere so that at least that will give the signal that indeed, even though we are postponing our interest payment, we are making room for it. Other than that, we'll start a payment and the pressure on the economy is so huge that it will derail all the macroeconomic gains that will be made as a result of the debt restructuring that we're going through.
Meanwhile, Associate Professor of Finance at Andrews University, Williams Pipra, is warning Ghana's balance of payment will be impacted if enough foreign currencies are not made available to pay off these interests when the majority debts are due. Now, his comment comes on the back of Ghana reaching an agreement in principle with Eurobond holders for the restructuring of $13 billion worth of international debt. Now, the deal will see bondholders take a haircut on principal of up to 37% and maturity of the bonds lengthened. Professor Williams Pipra has been interacting with my colleague Darrell Kwao.
This is what we were expecting, that we should see some headway on the issue. Remember, it got stalled at the point. Both the Eurobond holders and Ghana government, they had some discrepancies. So for them to be able to agree on some terms, it's a positive outcome. And we hope that nothing will cause this to change so that we can conclude on the debt exchange or debt restructuring. This is very important. The 13 billion or 13.1 billion debt, once they have accepted 37% haircut, gives Ghana, let me put it there, in a layman's term, this has been written off so that they are not going to demand it. So this 37% is going to also cause the interest payment to reduce. However, if you look at the terms very well, they did not change the coupon payment and also the duration, which means that the bondholders want Ghana to start the repayment immediately. They are not going to defer the repayment of the coupons and then also the principal when they are due. So they want cash now. The impact on Ghana is that this is going to affect our imbalance of payments when we start making these payments. And this will have an impact also on our exchange rate if we are not liquid enough or if we don't have a lot of foreign currencies to make the payment. So it will be wise on Ghana government to be saving some dollars somewhere so that the moment this agreement is signed, we will be in the position to pay the Eurobond holders when they become due.
Away from the external debt restructuring, the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries, Chiona Mapelu, is accusing government of only offering lip service with regards to challenges affecting the manufacturing sector. Recent data showed that the manufacturing sector contributed only 2% to the industry sector. Now, speaking to Joy, Business Minister Apelu said that standard growth is as a result of government's inability to address some challenges in the sector, such as the depreciation of the cedi and lack of financing.
We're not surprised at all about the continuous low performance of the manufacturing sector. For more than a decade, we've seen only very minimal growth rates in the manufacturing sector. And it's something that we've talked about a lot. I mean, if you follow our advocacy over the years, it's been a big issue on the radar of AGI. And we're saying that for a nation to develop, it's important that this manufacturing sector is taken very seriously. You would observe that most of the growth is really around mining and quarrying and all of that. And this mining area is highly dominated by non-Ghanaians. And so what it makes is that whilst we are happy to have other nationals come and do business in Ghana, there's very little money that are being retained in the country for growth. There are fundamental challenges that are affecting the manufacturing sector. And it appears that we offer lip service in addressing them as opposed to really tackling those major issues. Top on the agenda is the free fall of the currency. You would observe that most of our raw materials are imported. About 70% of all the raw materials we use are imported. And what it means is that the currency, the way the cedi perform in the market affect greatly how we do business. But here lies the case that we've had a daily issue of the free fall of the cedi. What it means is that we are unable to plan as industry. It's difficult for our manufacturers to be able to import raw materials because the exchange rate had meant that we are unable to continue to afford. By the time you do that, the cost of production goes so high. We're not able to have access to the needed financing for growth and for manufacturing. Manufacturing require patient capital, it requires long-term financing. But most of our banks are giving only short-term loan, maximum two years. And when they give you the money, within a month, you have to start paying back. And on top of it, the rate is so high. So manufacturers are unable to attract the needed capital for growth and for expansion. So leaving us to be able to only use our working capital for expansion. And this is really the issue that we're talking about. And we hope that government, as a matter of agency, takes steps to resolve these.
Now, the Ghana Stock Exchange has kick-started a significant step towards expanding financial inclusion. Managers of the BERS have launched its over-the-counter market trading, targeting rural banks as well as small and medium enterprises willing to do business with the exchange. This new product is a platform for trading of securities that are not listed on the local BERS. Managing Director of the Ghana Stock Exchange, Abinamwa, is confident that this move will support growth in the capital market. She also called on entrepreneurs to take advantage of the platform.
The new platform is part of the General Master Plan for the Securities and Exchange Commission, together with the Ghana Stock Exchange, to grow the country's capital market. The over-the-counter market is expected to attract rural and community banks, which are not listed on the stock exchange, to have an opportunity to trade their shares. Speaking to journalists, Managing Director of the Ghana Stock Exchange, Abinamwa, disclosed that the move will strengthen the operations of the banks as well as give investors some options.
Again, the GSE provides a very important governance framework for these banks. So as they come to the GSE, we think some of the best practices of governance, stronger governance that ensures growth and sustainability of the business, will come to rub off on many of these companies. So our hope is to organize this market, let investors benefit, but also let the companies benefit. And essentially the ultimate beneficiary is our communities, it's our SMEs, it's all Ghana who will benefit from this platform.
Chief Executive for the ARB Apex Bank, Alex Kwesi Iwa, welcomed the development and described it as an opportune moment for rural banks to raise capital.
Much excited that this opportunity has been opened to us. As you all know, because none of our banks is listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange. There is no opportunity for us to trade in our shares. But with this platform, we thank the Ghana Stock Exchange so much, and then the Securities and Exchange Commission for granting this permission for this to happen. And we believe that for us to get our banks on this platform, their shares can be tradable, and investors who want to invest, can come to this market and then invest. And those who want to offload their shares also will have the opportunity to offload the shares and get the liquidity that they need.
All the rural and community banks are expected to register and be part of this new platform.
Within the financial space, EcoBank Ghana, in partnership with Adansi Travels, has launched the Travel Now Pay Later package, which will enable individuals to travel to preferred destinations fully financed by EcoBank. The package will require individuals to pay back the loan in 18 months. According to the head of consumer products at EcoBank, William Danso Abiam, the initiative is aimed at promoting local and international tourism.
The Travel Now Pay Later initiative will enable EcoBank account holders to access a loan of up to $5,000 to travel to any destination of their choice. The loan comes with a flexible payment plan that allows borrowers to pay back within 18 months. According to head of consumer products at EcoBank Ghana, William Danso, the initiative will promote tourism.
Adansi is well established when it comes to traveling. They've been doing this thing for more than 11 years now. EcoBank is a very solid brand. We've been in Ghana more than 30 years, okay? About Africa. Africa is in our heart, and we believe strongly to contribute to Africa. So it's not something that we are starting today and ending tomorrow. It's something that is available for us as long as we can, and you can trust us that we'll keep improving it and making it better for you. So all we are seeing in this solution is that you want to travel, you desire to travel, whether it is in Ghana, is in Africa, is out of Africa. So long as you have that dream, we want to do the financing for you. So simply just pick your pro forma invoice from Adansi. You trust them, they can give you a nice package. Just pick that, and when you pick that, walk to us in EcoBank. We have a form for you to complete, and once you complete that form, we would take the cost of the trip. It's up to $5,000, but as we had indicated earlier, it's your inflow that would determine how much you could access.
Chief Executive of Adansi Travels, Gideon Asare, urged the public to take advantage of the offer to enhance their travel experience.
One of the key barriers for travel has to do with cash. And so to get the opportunity for a bank to partner, said that you take care of that headache so that you can travel, makes everything. There are times that you want to make a trip, and when you have to delay in the booking, the cost of the trip goes up. But now you can have the trip paid for you, and then the money spread for you up to 18 months. And they're also giving up to $5,000, which is equivalent to about 75,000 cedis, which can take care of a family trip to many destinations. So I think it's a great partnership, and we look forward to the public receiving it as such and taking advantage of it.
The bank also urged individuals to ensure that they have good credit histories in order to qualify for the loan.
Travels, Waka Now, the technology-driven travel company, has launched its revamped storefront website with new features aimed at elevating user experience. Now, speaking on the sidelines of the Waka Now and Parked Expo, Country Director of Waka Now Ghana, Joyce Okpokiri, said the company will continuously churn out innovative solutions to meet customer demand.
Enhanced Waka Now website, the company believes, showcases their commitment to empowering individuals and businesses with innovative solutions that simplify their travel experiences and financial transactions. Country Director of Waka Now Ghana, Joyce Okpokiri, pledged to continuously meet the demands of customers.
Waka Now is a one-stop travel shop for everything: flights, hotel, visa, packages, rides, transfers, corporate travels, affiliate travels, and you name it. We launched a couple of products today, quite interesting products, and those products are very impactful to the Ghanaian citizens and to people, to our customers at large in Ghana. For Waka Now, we pride ourselves to be innovative. we're constantly, looking at new ideas on how to get the customer more comfortable to using our product. We want to get the best deals in the market so the customer is able to, be sure that when they come to Waka Now, they're getting the best product, they're getting innovative services and effective services as well.
An exciting new addition to the website is the integration of AI-driven recommendations, which personalizes user experiences.
In more business news, the Chief Executive Officer of the Private Enterprise Federation, Anase Bonso, has bemoaned the neglect of the private sector within Ghana's agriculture industry value chain. According to him, government should engage the private sector for its second phase of the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative to achieve its desired goal. He was speaking at the launch of the Phase 2 of the policy prioritization through value chain analysis.
The second phase of the policy prioritization through value chain analysis project seeks to provide technical and analytical tools that are used to analyze agricultural commodity sectors for the purpose of supporting evidence-based decision-making. The technical team consists of the Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, the Bureau for Food and Agriculture Policy, the International Food Policy Research Institute, and the Modeling Services Center of the African Network of Agricultural Policy Research Institute. Nana Bonsu called for proper coordination in line with government agricultural policies.
Everything you do in agriculture requires financing and funding. And we thank Melinda Gates and Bill and Melinda Gates for their support. But we cannot live on support of others. As a country, we have to depend on our own. And if the government did not allocate the 10%, then also the private sector, what we call collective action among players, among partners, that is the value chain. If we do value chain, there's a lot of results and a lot of use and a lot of returns so far as agriculture is concerned.
Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Yalfin Pornado, said the ministry is poised to address challenges affecting the agricultural sector.
Africa is confronted with three related challenges. First, there are critical food insecurity issues which threaten the survival of our ever-increasing populations. Second, there is an environmental crisis emanating from global warming. And then there is an ever-increasing trend of unemployed youths across the continent that requires urgent attention and policy action.
Director at the Bureau for Food and Agricultural Policy, Marion Delport, stressed the need for some more investment within the agricultural sector.
Have the opportunity to implement it here in Ghana. We've been collaborating with researchers and the project team in ISER since February to prepare. And we're looking forward to a journey of capacity building throughout the next few years, as well as engagements with all of you, with stakeholders throughout the implementation of the PPVC2 project.
And we want to stay a while longer within the agricultural value chain because maize traders at the Wenchi main market in the Bono region have expressed worry over the non-standardized weighing system in the various maize markets in the country. The Wenchi Maize Traders Association blames metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies for failing to enact bylaws to make standardized weighing of maize binding in all markets. According to them, the situation has negatively affected sectors in the value chain, especially farmers. There is more in this report.
Maize is the most important grain cereal in Ghana because it is grown throughout the agroecological zone. However, the domestic maize market, like other agricultural commodity markets, has been facing several challenges, including the absence of standardized weighing system. For instance, what is measured as one bag, that is 50 kilograms bag at the farm gate, could comparably be 2 bags, that is 100 kilograms bag, or more at another market, depending on the income disparities between farmers and other actors in the maize value chain.
Star standard weight system, yes, so we do to Mukra in your NGOs for Mamma Boy, Mr. GSE for a boy, and the eco training. And my case, no crown said an EBI. but systems na ye wom na say mo yen papa enti e adwen say about then bona half region no na say 14 district ayi na ye aburo adwuma enti we are judged for my size case ni na bi but case na ye ba na nka ye hia ba loss bi a de beta chiri amadwe ni nyina hu say ye fa bawanchi a ye we ye konkwansan ye we ye kotachima ye we but in fact ye nante ya in fact ye started tachima but ye ya nkosi aga still ye gusu ye face that problem na do bi a say wait na nkasa say ye dis ke we adwum de enya adwuma njenam say ye ni mra bi ata chiri nti na ma aten say enya adwuma sese no.
Frederick Adumaku Esiedu appeals to the MMDAs to enact bylaws that will enable the enforcement of standardized weighing scales in the maize markets.
Here bylaws be a esen ka bitumi ede e dia back so wo do bro kodwuma e se bia we 100 kilos and 50 kilos na ayadwuma ede e dia man nti egusu bompa ye se e benya sponsors bi na ja motumi de ewura mpemfo na nka abatuma ye mra bi ede e dia ta chiri se mra wo hode a obi be fa ne serious na so ye mra this se wanwe a okwa ye nto anase okwa ye de ye mfa waburu.
The secretary of the maize traders at the Wenchi main market called on the municipal assembly to help fix their challenges.
Ye ni pata ayo ye pata de e ba ko pe we aburo egu nyina ye nyina gina wiem nso to ebuen awie bo a ehye nso e ka ho e kakra bi nse kakra bi nse mponchi en biom ho saa ye nya pata do ha what they say na say ye form ye nya pavement na say itimi nya fence ye market ye fence ho a atin say ebeboa ama nso edwuma di na ededen akoso ama enso yetimi nya bi ededen e de aboa ama economy na ededen ayi.
Standardization of agricultural commodities such as maize will continue to be a major challenge to actors in the maize value chain until MMDAs rise to the occasion. Nesta Kafui Ajuma for Joy News.
Thanks so much for being part of Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. For more stories, do log on to myjoyonline.com/business. Prime Sports is next. Do enjoy the rest of your evening.